Hello YouTube, it's Esper here. I just want to make a quick video about a topic that's been on my mind a lot recently. It has to do with the role-playing games that we play oftentimes feel unalive, unhuman, disconnected. So I want to talk about one of the main reasons why your role-playing game just does not feel alive. Perhaps when you're playing, everything has a disconnected sense to it, or maybe it feels stale or mechanical or pointless. The main reason for this is because the characters do not care about anything. They have no real connection to the fantasy world. It doesn't matter if this is Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder, Star Wars, any game. If the characters are not part of the world with bonds and beliefs and goals, then they're just going to feel like avatars in a tactical war game. And this holds true for both the player characters and the non-player characters. A term that sometimes gets used is murder hobos. And I want to set the snark aside because this label really does express something important. It expresses some truth, that too often characters are these lone wolf badass types. They just have nothing to lose. They're going about nothing, and so their depth of experience is shallow and unhuman. And so it would be helpful if you stop and reflect upon some of these questions. Do you regularly see some of these following situations and characters in your game? The character has no family, no loved ones. Perhaps his parents are dead, or he was an orphan, or he's just this wandering explorer with no true connections. Or you'll see that the character just came from nowhere and is going nowhere. He's just this blank slate. He has nothing happening in his life, and he just seemingly has all the free time in the world. The character belongs to no organization, no great house, no faction of any kind. He has no cause, no purpose. Basically, he just dungeon crawls and adventures for the sake of accumulating treasure and gaining levels. The character perhaps may have ideals or backstory written on the character sheet, but they don't mean anything in actual play. They don't go beyond the character sheet. The character doesn't actually fight for what he believes. He's not moved to make these peculiar choices due to his specific motivations or flaws. And he never finds himself in these difficult decision-making moments. Or perhaps the character is stagnant and static. He does not change. His view of the world and his mode of operating, they always just remain constant. They stay the same. The character regularly hurls himself into the thick of battle where he's risking his life and his limb, but for some reason he's never willing to risk changing as a person. It's as though he's made of stone. He's some sort of one-dimensional statue that is built to wade through numberless, meaningless skirmishes. So what game are we actually playing? We must ask ourselves, what type of game are we attempting to play? What are we trying to create? What are we trying to do? What do we want? Are we content with hack and slash or dungeon crawling, adventuring for the sake of adventuring? Are we playing stock heroes who defeat stock villains? Or are we searching for something deeper, something that we feel is more alive and more satisfying? Perhaps adds some bit of meaning or artistry to our lives. Do we merely want entertainment? Or do we want to utilize these minds and hearts that we have been given? If there's one suggestion that I can provide from this video, it is to care. Create characters that are involved with people, organizations, and events in the fantasy world. Make them really care. And then once they are anchored in this meaning and context, then challenge their beliefs, play out their motivations, face them with difficult decisions of sacrifice and personal transformation. Thank you as always for watching and for being part of the channel. There will be some exciting developments to come in the near future with an upcoming adventure that is going to be published in Insider's new, or rather Ian World's new magazine called Insider. And as well, I am looking to foray into the world of online gaming. So you just may see a video of an adventure I am going to run for some online YouTubers and online gamers. So with that in mind, we progress forward, and may your adventures be many, my friends.